Good morning. Welcome to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. My name is Yafoda Tobra. I go by Auntie Ya, and I'm also your favorite auntie and your very own ornithologist. Thank you for joining us this beautiful Saturday morning. My regular co-host, Ya Boatin Russell, is not able to join us. She's at work. She may join us over the lunch hour. We'll see. I had a guest co-host, but she's still trying to log in. Technology and its challenges that come along when you least expect it. So I'm going to go ahead. So first of all, on Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner, we have our Saturday morning Facebook lives. We do these every second Saturday. So there's two that we do in a month. We also have we've been doing Authors Hub on this program as well, a collaboration of three authors, myself, Sister Boating Russell, and Sister Adwa Odo Mensah Sasu. Our first program we did on here a few weeks ago was about if education is important. We'll be continuing those sessions on here as well as on TikTok. Then there's Own It with Your Own Ornithologist. This platform, the videos that we do here are based on my books. So watch out. There's very interesting things that we do on here. So before we go ahead, I'm going to go and share, and then I'll come and reveal our topic for today. Okay, let's see. It's just very recently that we started the month, right? And see where we are right now. It's just going so fast. Today is already the 18th. And I have a birthday girl in my house tomorrow. Time is just flying. I can't believe that we're almost into the 6th month of the year. Okay, let me keep sharing. Let's see. I'm being quiet because I can't do two things at a time. Let me just check if I threw it into this group. No, I haven't. Let me do that then. The best laid plans always go awry. Here I am. I thought, since Ya is not available, Sister Adwo can join me, and we're struggling with we're having login issues. I'm not sure. So yes, today we're going to be speaking about empowering the girl child. What does that mean? In recent times, there's been a lot of discussions. If you go on TikTok, especially in the Ghanaian community, and just the discussions around educated women and just the perspectives that are coming across, it's rather sad to behold. It's not the best at all. Nope. And then I ask myself, we are in the year 2024, and this is the best that we can do as a people to put down women. Sorry about that. I'm trying to share to somebody and give me a sec. Okay, so yeah, it's just been an ending, but we're in important times, and as a people, are we educating ourselves to be competitive on the world market, the global environment? You see, we tend to become very insulated. We sit in our own bubble and we have these ideas or in the grand scheme of things of what we think the world is, but there's a world outside where you live. And you can participate in your own world, but you have to also come out and participate in that other world. So it is so important that we empower the girl child because sometimes, because of poverty, all kinds of things do go on. Let me share with you some statistics. First of all, what is empowerment? Empowerment is having control and power, people having control and power over their own lives. When you have a leg to stand on, you've you are able to make decisions for yourself. If you're not in that position, you become vulnerable and other people may be directing your lives. Like, say, you have a girl child in the home and you're not really paying attention to her. She'll be seeking attention from outside. Maybe friends at school can get her roped into things. Before you know it, she's being trafficked. These things happen and we need to deal with those realities. So I say that empowering women and girls can lead to health and social development of family and communities and countries, as well as achieving gender equality. Yeah. You know, I came across some stats that I'm going to be talking about. It's Global Citizen Facts, and it's a research or a paper done by Leah Rodriguez, and the date on there is May 26, 2022. And she indicates that 129 million girls remain out of school worldwide, right? And 61% of girls in rural areas have no secondary school education. So keeping girls in school supports economic growth and it promotes peace. Also, 811 million people who are food insecure around the world. Of this number, 60% are women and girls. It means that they are vulnerable to hunger and then they suffer from nutrient deficiency. Yes. All right. So basically, and then there's a situation that came about because of COVID. Post COVID, there's lack of access to sexual and reproductive health because funds were diverted to the public health crisis from women health services. And more than 12 women have lost access to family planning services. Yeah. Okay. So some of these things tell you the kind of difficulties that are going on in terms of women. Like 48% people surveyed in 58 countries have difficulty accessing sanitary and health products. So we're talking of menstrual products, contraceptives, so and so. And one third had trouble accessing medical care, obstetrics, and gynecological services. So, in essence, this is where we are at. And so I'll go to making a case for empowering the girl child. Where are my notes? Even more troubling, I forgot one stat 31 million out of secondary school girls in sub Saharan Africa, you know, are out of secondary school due to marriages and teenage pregnancies. Right. And of course, too, there's the issue of unpaid care work. So that is the points that I went through are making the case for the girl, empowering the girl child. So then I'm going to go to values to empower the girl child. You know, in many, many cultures, I believe that we're where we are right now because some women in the past fought to get some level of independence for women. Because even before, you couldn't own property, you couldn't have your own bank account, you couldn't vote, and things like that. But there's still work to be done, especially in the African community. Yeah. So the thing is that, first of all, some of the values model body acceptance. A girl child must learn to accept her body. Where we come from, men are into nyash. When I say nyash, it's just a term, right? But People are, you know, we're so focused on bodily features. One thing that I know, people will go and do butt implants or breast implants because they are not happy with themselves. Hello, Nanaraba. Welcome aboard. How are my people in Ogwe? People will go and do these things because they are not happy with themselves. Yeah. And you know, you are created a particular way. It's important to be able to accept yourself. But in my community, I always say, my term that I use, we come from a very shaming culture, and people are so big on destroying people with their features. Oh, you have a big head, your nose is too big, or your legs are too skinny, you are not pretty, you are ugly. You've not created a human being before. You don't go about destroying people. And you know, so if you're a mother, if you're a parent and you don't build confidence in your girl child, they look to these things. There's any number of stats. I don't have access to that, or I didn't really look at that. But even in my environment here, teenage girls, because of the things that they are fed on social media and the magazines, what they see, there's a definition of beauty out there, and everybody's trying to become that. How about we teach them to love themselves, like on the inside? What you have on the inside is what you have to bring out, and we need to empower them to believe in themselves that you are beautiful, but you don't focus on beauty. You don't focus on other things outside of beauty where your girl child is concerned, like empower them, build them up when they do like their strengths, some skills that they may have. Yes, build them up that way. Also, you need to teach her self awareness, who she is as a person, what she stands for. If you don't teach your child to stand up for themselves, they'll follow anything. They'll become a people pleaser. So, we do this by not shouting at our kids, listening to them, understanding where they are coming from. A lot of us have grown up in these environments where the adult is always right. So, we don't have time to listen to a child. We think the opinion does not matter, the opinion does not count. When you do that, you silence them and they go into situations they can't speak up. There's many children in the school system getting bullied because they are not self-aware. They don't know who they are. They are fearful. They have these fear dynamics at home, right? They have these They have these fear dynamics at home. And so they bring it wherever they go because this parent is caught in their cultural bubble that they brought. If you're living in the diaspora, for example, they brought from back home, wherever back home might be. It could be Ghana, it could be any other country, wherever. They bring it and they are in this bubble and they forget that they're in a different environment. So they need to learn that system in order to be able to help their child. Let me read Nanaraba's comment. Nanaraba says, wow, just this afternoon, I was having a chat with my 22-year-old. I told her to build on her faith, education, and career. She has a low haircut now and was talking about how people are so stuck on clothing, hair, and stuff. Low people make you feel left out and so on. It's true. We are so focused on the superficial, the outer. We don't look at what is inside. And then, you know, in our environment, for example, women are killing themselves. These are girls who've grown up because they were not empowered. They succumb to this pressure. They go and get butt implants and do all kinds of things. And what is happening with them is that even through some of these procedures, some lose their lives. Yes, that's how bad it can get. We've heard any number of that, and then they've left kids behind. And in these same cultures that you come from, the man is not going to sit there nursing your three kids. They're going to go marry another woman. And God forbid that woman is not somebody who has the compassion to take care of another woman's children. There you know. So indirectly, because of yourself, your insecurities, and your own selfish agenda, other people have to pay the price, and those are your kids. So yeah, and you know, your girl child needs to understand that she has strengths and she has weaknesses. Hello, Sister Ajwa. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Sister Ajwa was trying to come on to co-host with me as Sister Ya can't be here, and technology fails you when you least expect it, right? Such is life. And so Also, teach your child the power of her voice. As I was saying before, in our community, when you speak up, oh, you are too known. A woman should be docile. A woman should be demure. So women are getting bullied left, right, center. Some of the things going on right now, I shudder and I ask myself, am I in 2024 or am I back in the Stone Ages somewhere? It's really, really sad. So, if you don't teach her to speak up for herself, as I said earlier, she becomes a people pleaser. She can be manipulated any which way. You need to be able to stand up for yourself and say no to situations that you know are detrimental to your well being. Also, teach her to stand up for her wants and needs. Look, we are not taught to stand up for ourselves. So when we go into relationships, we put up with anything. Yeah, I'll put that out there. We're adults now, we've all been young ladies before. I tell myself if I knew back then what I know now, I would not have made certain decisions that I made. And so now, even when I'm talking, it's interesting. And Araba is saying she's talking to a girl child because yesterday I was saying the same thing to my daughter. She was talking to me about my oldest daughter, something about, oh, Nana Araba, just we're at minute 16. So I we're at minute 16. So you can go back and check that side after. Yeah, I think maybe you left off at minute 14. I was talking about your comment, right? And teaching the girl to use her voice. And so if you don't teach her to use her voice, she'll get manipulated and bullied. If you don't have an agenda of your own in life, somebody will use you to fulfill their agenda. Meanwhile, it's not what you want to do, but you weren't able to verbalize your position that, hey, no, I'm not for this, I'm not going to go do it, right? So speaking up is very important. Create opportunities for her to speak up. Like, when you're having a discussion, ask for their perspectives. As I said, I was talking to my older daughter yesterday about some of these things. And, I told her the same thing. Like, if you don't speak up, people can just muzzle you, you know. People have their ideas of what they think you should be doing. Sister Ajua says true talk, and it's unfortunate that many people fail to see the underlying problem with the community due to a lack of empowerment. Nana Araba says that's right. And this speaking up business, I heard a story yesterday. I think somebody was telling it on a platform that I was on, and they made this comment that there was an assembly, and one girl she raised a song and she was asking people to sing. So they started singing. As soon as the teacher came and, the usual. And I said, oh, oops. I made a comment. I said, yeah, Ghana for you. Instead of praising the child for their initiative, for their creativity. We don't know how to do some of these things, we don't think it's important. All we do is, oh, I'm the adult, the other child. So basic conversation pieces, even with your girl child, you can't have it. Even talking about her body, maybe when she's reached her menses, that conversation piece, it's difficult for you won't talk to them about sex and the opposite sex and how to handle them. We don't want like those conversations because we've been raised in a prudish way. But those things are in the Bible. How did you get here? Two people came together to create you, yet you are shy to talk about such matters, you know? Also, get your child involved in team sports early. And I'll put a qualifier. Not everybody may want to be in team sports, but an activity. It could be a dance, whatever, maybe a debating group, whatever their interest might be. If you get them into that, they will find themselves and soar, because even when you are part of a team, it teaches team building skills, how to interact with other people, because you are not an island by yourself. Some of our kids and some of us, we know them. There are people who are so self-absorbed, so self-centered, they are just all about them. in their world, they are the only people that exist. Yes, the entitled people and the narcissist. So teaching these skills early is enough. My daughter, I shouldn't say this, but it's too hilarious. Mr. Joe, I'll read your comment after. So yesterday she was at a particular school and she was in the she's an elementary school teacher, sub, and she was in a particular class and there was this child who kept crying and crying. They went to the gym to play green light, red light, and this child starts crying and saying that, oh, too many games, they play too many games, they want to go home. So they come back and then she goes to sit on the bench, has a jacket on, ready to go. And then when she sees my daughter pass by, then she cries loud. And then she's asking for the woman who will take her to her bus. So a child like that, just give me a minute. So a child like that, you know, a child like that, what is happening with them is maybe it's separation anxiety, maybe they're anxious. The other side of it too is that they could be pampered, like they are used to being pampered. Oh, I want to go home, this and that. So they think everything should stop for them. So if you don't correct them and tell them that, look, this is what happens when you come to school, you are part of a group, there's a group dynamic, and then there's time for you to be an individual. So in this case, there's rules, school closes at this and that time. So the story was too hilarious, especially the part when she saw my daughter pass by, she cried loud. It means that she's looking for attention. So Sister Adjoa says running foolish races, obtaining iPhones, material things, fighting, insults, lying, having multiple partners, refusal to learn will not empower our own girl child. That is true. Thank you for that. Hello, Sister Belinda. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're doing well. And then Nanaraba says the world does not revolve around you. Yes, this is the thing. We have to learn that. And I'm sorry, but in the environment that we're coming from, there would be no need to talk about the empowering the girl child if our society wasn't so focused on the male gender. Let me put it out there, because the way we are socialized, women have to do everything. Go and cook. The boy goes to go and play and you are cooking. Do this. And even in marriage ceremonies, they're always advising the women, oh, this is how you keep your home. If your husband cheats, this and this and that. If you had self-esteem, you wouldn't put up with somebody who's cheating because they've negated or they've dishonored the marital vows that you took, period. But we don't go for that. Oh, the culture says men this, men that. And so this is why we have to have these conversations. And with what is happening on social media right now in our community, especially on TikTok, this conversation is a must. And especially in light of the poverty in the system right now, things are so hard back home. So when you're teaching a woman that the only valuable asset she has in this life is her beauty and giving herself to men in order to move forward, that is a no-no. You have a brain. I always say, I repeat it, I'm sure people can quote me off the top of their heads. Your mind is your greatest asset and you need to be developing it, And so when we see independent women, sadly, still some people don't see the harm. Tell me about it. It's terrible, And the other piece of it is help your girl child to build skills that are, oops, I lost my connection before I get kicked out. Give me a second, please. Okay, there we go. Teach her to get skills that are independent of her appearance, right? I mean, like she can be in, I mentioned some of these earlier, sports, theater, anything. Maybe she wants to learn how to sew. She wants to learn how to crochet. She wants to learn how to do hair. It's nice to go into beauty pageants and all that. For me, I don't see it as going into it just because for the sake of the beauty. It's like, oh, I'm the most beautiful. I'm going to see if I'll be picked. If you are any kind of person, I would believe that going to these competitions and coming out to win and gives you a platform. It gives you a platform to be an advocate for a cause that you may be interested in. Or even if you're not interested in it, winning Miss World comes with a lot of responsibilities. So you go there, and I'm sure women empowerment, girl and child empowerment is one of the big things. It always comes up because there's still places in the world girls don't even get to go to school. If you came on late at the beginning, I'll get some stats of some study that a lady called Leah Rodriguez had done in 2022, and the stats are just it's something else. Skill set is a must. It's a survival technique, in my opinion. It's sustainable living. Exactly that. You need to. I'm not sure why in this day and age it's still being drummed into our head that the only purpose of a woman on this earth is to get married in our community, cook and clean, and have children. What happens when the man dies or when he leaves you? So, this is why you have to have some skills. You know, I'll make that statement again. I always make it. I wrote 5 books. I didn't get a dime from my husband. If I had asked him, I'm sure there would have been a reason. Oh, the family coffers, we are doing this project, we're doing that. There's not enough money. And our men, they are very good at that. They know how to tell you not to do things just because it gives them some sense of control. So, you as a woman, you need to be financially independent. It is a must. There's people I know. Look, in the diaspora here, when I see a woman who knows how to sew, who knows how to do hair, I'm like, oh, you are a goner. You are good, because that's a side hustle. I mean, yeah, it's tiring braiding hair, but it's a side hustle. If you braid, I don't know, should I say 3, 4 seems extreme, but if it's 2 a day or even 1 a day, well, you probably made $400 that weekend, you know? And that can be used for something, maybe something, a class that you want to enroll in, or something you want to do for your kid that your husband has said, oh, there's no money for. You can do it. It can go towards your groceries, whatever it is. Oh, yes, I want my own money. I do. It's like it bugs me to no end just the egotistical nature of things in our community, that the expectations that they place on you, it's so, so hard to be a woman. And anything outside of that, even you have women bashing educated women. Look, I'm not saying everybody should go to school, but basically there is education. Education is formal and informal. We've agreed to that before when we did the session on is education important on the author's hub. But some of these things, I don't know. Let me give you an example. Like I say, I have 2 daughters, right? They've all gone to school, they finished uni. None of them on a good day, like, I mean, I don't remember the last time that I had to give money to anybody. It's like maybe if the younger one doesn't have a ride or something, I'll say, "Oh, well, you just go, I'll give you such, I'll pay for your cab one or whatever." But sometimes she'll use her sister's car. But they are independent, and we think this like to having your own money, okay? My oldest daughter, she she always said, like kids raised here, they have a different mindset, or you can't come and worry them with your archaic mindset from wherever. Archaic, I say that loosely, you know how we are. So she's always said she wanted to do a solo trip. I'm like, hey, she's gone on contracts within Canada, about 5 or is it 6 now, different places outside of our province. And she said, so she sat down, she did her own research, and she was looking for places, the safest places for a woman to travel alone. Then, I'm sitting there and say, yeah, Mirazi, what am I going to do? You have to pray for her, right? You know where she settled for? Japan. Because Japan is one of the safest places for a woman to travel alone. And she did. She was there 2 weeks. A few days before she came home, I texted her, and what I said to her is this. I said, I admire you. I'm very proud of you that you did this because it fosters independence. Listen, you're chrome for we've been in church situations where people think because we are so harsh. So when your daughters are close to you, they think maybe they didn't have that. So they make comments. Oh, as for you, can you be separate from your mom and this and this and that? When my daughter goes on her contract and I go and visit her, I watch her so quiet. I'm like, hey, She goes and buys her groceries. She's independent, doing her thing. Ni nyinaa ka life ne be home. But back to this trip, the reason I'm talking about it is as a young woman, you need to do things for yourself before you get married. And yeah, no one say the classic thing say, you are a woman, class one, class two, class six, then you go to secondary school. From secondary school, then you go to tertiary, uni or college if you are going to get married, have babies, and that's it. No, 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 no. And for me, I'll tell the truth. These are some of the, this is how I said, I'm proud of you for doing it. I said, one day your child will be talking with you. He said, I went to Japan. You go, Mom, really? What happened? Tell me all about it. It's a learning experience. It's a legacy. We need to expand ourselves. We need to. And sometimes the things that we won't do, I'm sure, even at my daughter, people say, hey, she's having experiences. Better to marry the right person and not go get married to anybody and be miserable. That one, I'll put it out there. You call my worry, yeah, because men won't change. They've been socialized a certain way. Some are changing, but on the whole, that expectation, it is too much. Yeah. And Araba says, I thank God for my mom because my late brother-in-law and my big sis, because of them, I can virtually survive anywhere. These three people were my empowerment pro max. And now I got folks like I got folks like Auntie Yaa'S, Female Entrepreneurs Global, FEG, and more. Aha, me kokra. Nanaraba, thanks for that. She said, yeah, said Meko. The big problem we have in our community is ego that is stopping women. I saw a skit this morning, just before I came on. I know it's a skit, but I was laughing. I said, this is true. Some guy telling his wife and daughter that they should stop eating. They should only eat food for survival. They are eating too much. So he's telling them, the lady said, I used to work and you told me to stop. You have millions in your account. And he says, who told you I have millions in your account? So see the things we can get ourselves into. Oh, he loves me. Listen, let me make an exception. There are some women who naturally don't want to do anything, in the sense that, oh, they are okay, I want to stay home, I'll do this, I'll do that. When you come to those places, you see these, I've had abrofo people who are friends of mine, or I've been in churches with them where I knew the woman stayed home. But from the conversations that we had, you could see that she was a major force in the dynamic of the home, because they sit and talk about it and it's negotiated. But with ours, it's like this: suppression and oppression. Stay home so that the man's ego will be inflated. You run to him. One of the needs that I spoke about in the start was women not having access to sanitary pads and things like that. Can you imagine being a woman and not working, and every month having to go ask your husband for money to buy sanitary pads? Think about it for a minute. Let me read this. This Ajua says, instead of empowering our girl child to be independent, strong-willed, capable, develop self-control, self-love, self-value, and many more. Most mothers within our society communities are teaching their daughters to sleep with married men, fight over their love interests, be dependent, lie, be selfish, display shameless acts, and be entitled. Yes, this is exactly what is happening, because a mother can tell their daughter that, oh, look, your friend over there, look what they have. See, they have a car. They give this, they bring provisions to their mom every weekend. And you are sitting here, you to go out there and do some and bring me some money to chop. The greed is what is killing and hurting us. Yes. So exactly. Just give me a second. You know what I forgot? Sister Ajua, you are on here. You're on. I put the link in the chat. You can click. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. You please click on it and see if it will allow you to come on from here. Yes. So these are some of the things that we need to pay attention to. It's very like if you're a woman, you can't even talk, you can't even speak, you can't have your own mind. And I make this comment that it is women who help men to reinforce the patriarchy. A woman stands up and then you see another woman or a bunch of other women just bashing her instead of learning something. I know that sometimes we're human beings. When we want to analyze this further, we have a lot of fears. So you see Auntie Yaa'S doing that, or Sister Araba talking on her videos, or Sister Ajua sitting over there talking. You want to do that. I heard somebody say this one time, and I thought, yes, it's exactly what I've been saying. They said, all you have to do is ask a person a question. How did you do this? And that's all. Okay? How did you do this? Sister Ajua, if you are on, I have the link for Auntie Yaa'S book corner in the chat, so you can click on it and see if it will bring you on. So I don't know. I find it so mind-boggling. Even as I sit here, I know I always tell Sister Ya Russell, when she does her videos and all that, I say, yeah, I need to learn this. So, and I'm sitting there and I'm being lazy. I said, one day you have to teach us. Look at Nanaraba. I have something. I just remember now when I started talking about this. There's something I need Nanaraba to help me with. I'll talk to her back in the background. So should I sit here and be shy or feel foolish that I haven't learned it yet, so I can't approach somebody I know can do it to help me with it? The pride, the ego. So we are at a standstill. We laugh at each other, right? We mock people. So even when you go and ask for help in an area and something, even the littlest thing you go ask for help, you find somebody mocking you. Meanwhile, that person themselves may not even have a clue, yet they'll come and mock you. So for me, all I say is that empowerment, empower the girl child to hold her own, because you don't know where she'll end up. Nothing is impossible in life, really. Teach them to speak. When I said the power in their voice, teach them. Some parents even send their kids. There's children or youth versions of Toastmasters or speech, learning to speak and all that. They can join such groups, or even when you're part of a debating club, or even in school, in the classroom, if you are vocal and you speak up, it's okay. It's good practice. Yeah. And then to let your daughter know that you love her no matter what, they should be able to come to you. If you are too scary, too rigid, too strict, they go find help outside. And when you teach your girl child to value herself, teach her that she's loved, she doesn't have to go seek attention from boys outside, because boys will tell you anything just to get to you. And if you don't believe in yourself, they'll come and disrespect you and then off they go. They don't need to get to that place. Yeah, don't seek validation. Why would you seek validation from the opposite sex if your father in the home is giving you that validation? And that is something that some men are not very good at. They need to learn how to build their girl child up, because girls may tend to gravitate towards their father and sons towards their mothers. Even though there's the father-son thing and mother-daughter thing, this is how the dynamic works. So you, the father, if you want to see your child in a good relationship in the future, you build her up, you empower her, you praise her. When she's wrong, you tell her constructively. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Oh, I don't know why. Yeah. Anyway, so this is what the deal is. And also, like self-respect, if teach her to hold her own, even amongst ladies. Nanaraba says very bad. Why laugh when wow unsumu and when wow unsum? I'm not getting that part. I sound like Ajua today. And why be proud to ask for help? Some of us are so parochial, so boxed in. Nanaraba, you hear us talking about the box. Anyway, there's 4 corners in that box. Run here, it doesn't work. Run to the other, run to the third, run to the fourth. If all fails, run out, get out. We need to do something different, something better. We're stuck in the past. We're so stuck in our past and we're not getting, we're not doing well. Some of the stuff that I'm hearing, and I ask myself, it's 2024, and this is how the way we think. I'm going to have to tell a joke here. When my daughter, one time she texted me from Japan, she says, Mom, Japan makes Canada and the US look like villages. I'm like, oh, how is that? She goes, when you go to the train stations are huge, like an airport. There's restaurants, there's this, there's that. Like they're so advanced over there. And so we're talking, and then the younger one is, oh no, so like Ghana when? And I said 3023. And then we all burst out laughing because the rate at which, like, I don't know why we're not getting it. Hello, Vincent. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Welcome. 2024. I dream Dada Noah. It's very, very sad. It's so sad, that I don't know what it is that makes people think that a woman is only supposed to be a doormat. You speak and they can't speak, you know. Basically, so are you telling me that all the women born in our community were brought on this earth just for the purpose of being mothers, wives, you know, all that stuff, nothing else? And many of these people say they are Christians, they are believers. There's a purpose. You're here for a purpose. Right. Yeah. Look, I'll use myself. I've been in church settings. Okay. I won't say that I was holy or so good there, but I'm saying that when they see something in you, you become a threat. And then they oppress you. They won't let you do anything. They have to do everything themselves. Okay? Tony, I feel a good day. You're real jow. One man tem. Welcome anyway. Thank you for coming. Oh, and everything that I started doing after I got out of those churches, very sadly. But wouldn't it be nice? Like, I thought the church was a place where people, yes, why a late? I thought that church was a place where people were built up, people were empowered. So wouldn't it be nice to say, oh, this person has these skills. They can do this, they can do that. They can build other people up. They can also learn from other people who have a different skill set. But no, we're not ready for that. Tony, Vincent is laughing at you. So, yeah, self-respect, and also teach them the value of education, that it's important to pursue education. Where were we? We're talking about values to empower the girl child. The topic today is empowering the girl child. We talked about what is empowerment, and then I read some stats that I found online about the case for empowering the girl child. Phone no have me. Oh, we have a pro. I draw your friend is saying Pro Max Pro Max 15 or medium minimum. I just say, it says even our culture itself oppresses females all over in many areas, which need to be addressed and changed. Exactly. This is it right here. I know we were going to come on, so I saw this platform where they were talking about inferiority complex, talking about how the men, men, women, those kind of discussions. And I almost was going to send it to you, and I said, no, it's time for us to come on to, let me stop. And then coming on Upona and the problems about that you weren't able to come. Yeah. So education, like, oh, message is in the same boat as Tony. Good morning. When you know my late and Nanaraba says the heart and mind is so black. There's a sense of exhilaration and accomplishment plus joy attached to supporting others who have and doing something. Exactly. Sometimes if you may go to a session, a webinar, whatever it is, and you come out and just the way you feel, you're on this high for the whole day because, oh, hey, I took the time to go learn something. And then you are looking at your notes and go, I need to go follow up on that. You see, when you interact with other people, when you collaborate with other people, you learn things. You get more enlightened, but we don't seek knowledge. We are stuck. Most of these platforms, all they are discussing is marriage, sex, the styles that you can do, this and that. Is that all? Those are the very basic needs. Is that where we are stuck at? Can't we rise above that? Huh? Anyway, it's quite shocking. And also, you know what? Teach the girl child to, she needs to learn grooming. So let's see. Tony says women got so much to do in every aspect of their lives. Into men stress, stress every woman here say keep pushing because you are worth it and your dreams are valid. Thank you. And oh, Adra says yes. So I'm even worried that I may not be able to come live with Sofu today due to the problem I'm having accessing StreamYard. Hey, Asemo. Then Anaraba says yeah, that's it. Thank you. You know, so how can you help the girl child? Let's talk about that. You can be a mentor. You can be a mentor, yeah. Find a young lady that you can speak into their lives or be a blessing to, or even if you are not so directly connected to them, you see them around, talk to them. Okay. So Grandma, yeah, Luange, Eke Lulu is listening to you. Oh, thank you. Hello, Miss Lulu. I hope you are well. Oh, she's only 8. Oh, you see, Nana, but this is why I keep saying this book. I talk about it to a George. I say this book, 8-year-old, 10-year-olds can read it, you know. So, mentor a girl. There's this lady that I've known for a while. We were in one of the churches together, and we are together in my current church. And her daughter is quite young, and she's a teenager right now, but she always tells me that, I don't know, she always tells me that, you know, she can't imagine that my husband and I have raised 2 girls in this system. So she looks up to me a lot. So then my kids were around each other because we kind of try to speak into their life, into her life, minister to her and all that, you know. So that's something that you can do. Be a positive influence for somebody. And then it's like my daughter, you know, I was saying that she's a substitute teacher. When they were in school, I asked her the other day, I said, when you guys were in school, did you have any black teacher? And they went, nope, unless they were a substitute teacher who just came for a day and went away. And so my daughter has all these, even though she says she really is not into teaching now per se, you know, she has these experiences. She comes home to tell about how the black kids, when they see her, especially from their country, how they gravitate towards her. And I said, you see, they are happy to see somebody who looks like them. So there are some parents who minimize their kids and tell them, oh, just go be this, just go be that. Your child can be anything that they want to be. Just for them seeing you in that classroom, if they go home and they go, oh, my teacher is also from Ghana, or oh, I had a so-and-so teacher today. It's very important. So wherever you are planted, be a beacon, shine. We should stop this, oh, always, you know, hiding, oh, maybe I'm a woman, this, really? Time will pass by. You don't know when you'll be dead. Let me be blank or point blank or plain here. Okay? You don't know when your time will be up. So the time to soar and impact somebody is now. Also invest in women and girls. Like if you have the opportunity, you have the funds to, you support any group or non-profit that is geared towards empowering women, and also use your voice to support. Like, while I'm here talking, maybe if somebody is listening, they'll learn something. Other ladies that I know too are on various platforms educating. So yeah, we're not saying just because you're educated, go and be rude to a man or go and abuse a man that you're in a relationship with. It's a give and take dynamic. It should never be one of oppression or suppression. No. If you are somebody who wants to oppress somebody, it means there's some insecurity there. That is a problem and you need to examine yourself. So, yeah, I think I've covered most of the main points for today. So basically, the conversation has been empowering the girl child. I don't know Maybe I feel that I've become so triggered by some of the things that I see or hear. It's so, so sad. It is very, very sad. And I wish that we as a people, we would do better and be better. But we are not interested. We won't read, we won't learn anything. Just the same old, same old. Kamifufu mami na mini. A man may not want you to work because they want you to sit at home so that when he comes home, his food will be hot and warm. Is that all? Meanwhile, your brain is slowly dying away. Is that what you came to this earth for? Is that being a helper, just cooking and cleaning? Or being a helper as in sharing ideas, empowering each other, motivating each other, building together? We'll see. Okay, so with that, I'll go do some promos and we'll see where we go from there. All right. Tartan man, caveman mentality. Oh, Nanaraba. Oh, Vincent says this topic is very significant. I wish all young ladies are here. Thank you for that. You know what you can do, Vincent? Just share to any, young ladies or any platforms where, women are, where you have a variety of women, because some of these things we don't talk about. We're in church settings, but we may not talk about some of these things. Some do, but some don't. Sister Joa says it feels like most parents are teaching their daughters to settle for anything without having strategic planning to establish themselves. This is what I said. My daughter, she didn't ask any man to pay for her trip. She just did it herself. No, they don't like educative programs. They will insult and beef. You see somebody sitting and doing her hair on social media and talking about how somebody made her annoyed. Oh, goodness. So let's start the promo. All right. Let me take this off. We'll do promo and I'll come back and summarize. And yeah, it's too bad that Sister Jo wasn't able to come join me today. Otherwise, we could have had some different perspectives too. But this is an ongoing topic. So maybe at another time it will come back in another form and there'll be a panel to talk about it. And so, where am I? So I'll start with this. No, wrong place. Just hang on. I'm trying to do promos. All right. So this here is Authors Hub Y2A, Authors on a Mission, Inspiration and Empowerment. So it's made up of myself, Yafoda Tobra, Boatma Boating Russell, and Adwa Odosasu Mensa. Between the three of us, we have 7 books. So we are collaborating to share ideas, nuggets, and then present our books before people to buy and read and be edified. Yes, we did our first program here on Facebook a few weeks ago. The topic was, Is Education Important? I'm now able to go live on TikTok and invite guests up. So we are going to decide when we'll do our next program. And, we'll put a flyer out and invite you. I'm thinking too that there's the possibility that maybe we can also do some of our programs here on there. So we put a link here and then ask you to join us on TikTok. The only hazard of the trade on TikTok is the level of insults from men to women, especially if they come and see a bunch of Ghanaian women talking and the disrespect. Oh, it's so toxic. It's so, so toxic. So we've stagnated as people because we refuse to learn, but that should not stop us. Oh, okay, Nanaraba, thank you. Thank you so much. Take care, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Wow, keep it up. Thank you, Vincent. So, yes, that's what we are doing. And on TikTok Live, it's interesting too. Like I had to do 3 videos to satisfy the requirement to be able to invite people to come live. And it's interesting that when I go live, it's different people who come and listen. Like people come on and listen, and they make such productive comments. And I'm thinking to myself, so then it's not our people. I mean, some watch it. It's so sad to watch. Even there's this lady, she was so happy, so, oh, thank you for sharing your wisdom, this and this and that. And I thought to myself, when somebody does something for you, say thank you. So the next day, I went and found her and I thanked her. And she told me that anytime that I'm coming live, I should let her know. That is support. That is what we have to learn to do as people. Like if I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let me read Sister Adjoa's comment. Said the mere fact that many ma are expecting the men to take care of them and their families because according to our culture is their duty. How does our community develop when such narrow thinking is manifesting with unrealistic expectations? This is the thing. Where is the dignity in laboring for yourself? It's nice to have a man look after you, but it's also good to have your own money, be working with him alongside, because the man can leave any day, he can die. You know, I don't know. We have to be more realistic, yes. So I'm going to go back to this and let's see. So here are the books from the hub. So the first one is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. I'll go through mine quickly. Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. That was my first book. It's a book of reflections. It's full of scriptures to think about, just different little stories and of insights, nuggets, inspiration. The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, exactly what we're talking to. If you want to empower your girl child, that is a book you must get for them to read. Women are so busy nurturing, doing everything. We don't take care of ourselves. We forget ourselves in the equation. Yesterday, my friend from church, she's from Nigeria, she had a birthday the other day. So she did a write-up on Facebook, and I went to leave her a voice note. I said, that memo that you're talking about, I got it a long time ago. What was she talking about? She was saying that, as a mother, you need to be able to do your own things and not have the expectations that your kids have to come and look for you or look after you. Keep yourself busy. And so I told her that it's the same with me. Anytime I'm doing these Facebook lives, I tell women, especially women from our community, when you tell them to do something, oh, any excuse because of lack of confidence, lack of resources, whatever it may be. Oh, my kids, oh, my husband, oh, the kids are young, oh, this. Then the kids grow up and they have their own lives and they are gone. Yeah, my girls are here, but they have their own lives. They do their own thing. So are you going to tag along with them everywhere? Get a life of your own. For me, if I hadn't taken up writing when I did, what would I be doing with myself now that I'm retired? Twiddling my thumb, sitting around being sad and miserable. So yeah, and the third book is my Refreshing for My Weary Soul. At the bottom is a devotional. In there, I have a section called Practical Nyamesem, and just how my views on how we worship in Ghana. I take a scripture and then I share my insights about it. The fourth is Own It. It's a guide to taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. So basically what it is that you need to take accountability for your own life journey. The enablement, the enabling, the entitlement has to stop. If you're going to do something, get to it. If you start helping yourself, that's when people will help you. But you don't sit there and open your hands and expect somebody to just give, give, give. It doesn't work that way. Last but not the least is My Unapologetic Self. It's a book about being real and living life on your own terms. We are given so many scripts to live with. When you grow up, you have to take the good ones and throw away the bad and make your own life. So Sister Adjoa Meta Sasu's book is Unveiling My Life. And that book is about trauma, healing from trauma. The things that happened to her within her childhood and how she's worked to resolve it. And so basically we are people who deal with a lot of what do you call it? there's unresolved trauma, and the consequences are what we are seeing on social media, people fighting, people spewing out because we don't know how to deal with our issues. We come across as harsh. We come from this harsh environment. We are so tough, you know, we are so tough. And so why go and deal with trauma? Why go see a psychologist? Am I crazy? What's wrong with me? This and that. Yes. So it's all, these books are all on Amazon, so please patronize them. And Yaa Russell's book is Chronicles of Yaa BBR. It talks of bonding, like just things, nuggets from her childhood. And, she has, there's sections there, things you can learn, just different subtopics. It's so encouraging. And even like, it gives a lot of tips about how to communicate with your kids. We're talking about some of these dynamics, right, in our society where we think we still think kids are to be seen and not heard. So we don't tell them the truth, or we go about hiding things from them, but just how to manage to communicate and make your children are more productive citizens of the society. Because really, if you are not empowering them, somebody else is going to empower them to their detriment, because it will be negative empowerment. So all these books are on Amazon. Will be coming your way with different programs. The way it is, because of work schedules and that, at any point in time, any two of us, any two out of the three of us will maybe doing lives on Facebook or on TikTok. So do join us. I myself, I think too that I'll continue doing the individual lives. I'm retired really, so like Monday, if I feel I feel like it, I will get on and come and do something. I think when I do it, I shouldn't forget to share to Facebook in case people want to see it. And let me look at this. Sister Joa says there are those who say education is not important, and yet you're looking to marry a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, nurse, etc. Hypocrite standards and lies. The more knowledgeable you are, the greater opportunities one obtains. Yes, they miss that memo. Thank you for the promo, much appreciated. Thank you, no problem. So yes, we'll move on from here. Right. So let's see. So Sister Ajua Odo Mensa does programs on Facebook. On Sundays, she does Abrabomusem. Just she may have a topic, or it might be just a free for all, let's talk discussion of any items that people in the audience bring forth. And I believe she comes on at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern. Because when she comes on now, I'm in church. She used to come on Fridays, and I was able to catch it. But now, Didra, so yeah. And on Saturdays, she has programs with Reverend Samuel Okoso at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time, 3:30 Eastern. But as she indicated, she's been having these problems. She couldn't log on today to come and do this program with me. So hopefully it will get resolved and we'll be able to see them today. As well, she's also a Juice Plus agent. So if you need any Juice Plus items, please contact her. I'll go to Miss Sage. Oh, today I was saying in my head, Sister Adjoa, I was saying, oh, Adjoa is going to be on today. She'll do the promo for Miss Sage. She does it so well. And not. So Miss Sage, go to sageshare.com. She has different products like T-shirts with maps of Africa, maps of Ghana, just different designs. There's clothing items, there's jewelry, there's different creams. And my understanding, her customer service is top notch. Please patronize her products, okay? And we have Pastor P. Pastor P is a health advocate for ASEA. ASEA does any number of things, improvement of girl heart, overall, overall, what do you call it? Digestive health and many, many other things. So if you need help, please contact her for your needs. And Blue Bridges Coaching, Pastor P is an excellent coach. She'll tell you as it is. She's not going to pamper you. She's not going to enable you, and you're not going to feel entitled. You get to do your own work. This is what I mean, that today's devotion that I read from, is it Dr. Lukoya? It's talking about the ant, yes, and then working hard. It says if you don't read, like we don't, you have to be willing to pay the price. Yeah, we don't like to invest because it means money. You have to pay to get a good service. Nothing is free. A lot of people come to you and they think, oh, you are doing this for me, it's going to dash it to me. No, it doesn't work that way. If you are doing, that's why our businesses go kaput so quickly, because people think you should give it to them for free. Oh, the free omokra, don't come and pay. So you'll be sitting there. Uh, oh, Sister Adwa says she'll be starting at 1. Oh, no, I'll still miss it. I have a class at 1. But that's okay. I mean, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, so tomorrow, starting tomorrow. All right, cool. Good to know. Sister Sika educates. Sika does any number of educative programs. She does webinars, very inspiring and motivational videos. Please watch out for that platform. And there's Sister Womrekua. She does lunchtime talks on Facebook. It's been a while now, but she throws out these bangers, and she's also on TikTok as Awo. I've seen her on any number of platforms sharing insights and nuggets, powerful nuggets, yes. We also have Miss Aisha Ankra. She's a Juice Plus agent. And Avon, if you are living in the UK, you can contact her for your Avon needs. And as well, she's into home decor and household utensils. So if when you go to her wall, Aisha Ankra, you see all those products, you can contact her for them. I hope that I've not missed anyone, but if I have, pardon me, I'll remember next time. Okay, so we've come to the end of the program for today. Oh, yes. Yeah, I did speak about Sister Yaa'S' book, so I haven't missed anybody. The topic was empowering the girl child. I talked about what is empowerment, a case for empowering the girl child, the statistics that I read out, and values to empower the girl child. If you are a girl child and you don't really even have anybody in your corner, this is what you can do. Look around you. Your mentors can be people you talk to and people you don't talk to. There's mentors. Find good ones that you can follow on social media and learn from them. Or if there's a lady that you know in your community or your church that you think might be able to help you, approach them and see if they would be willing to do that. If they won't, that's okay. You move on to the next one. But watch decent programs, go to YouTube, read books, empower yourself. Our problem comes about because we don't read books. Yes. You know what? If you are not somebody, oh, Pastor P, what about Agronaso? If you don't patronize my platform, please don't come and put your ads here. No, we don't do that on this platform. Thank you. So, yes, we've been talking about empowering the girl child. It's not only your own blood relatives that you can empower any girl child who wants to be empowered. They are willing to be able to learn, impact them, speak into their lives. It's never too late to become who you want to become. It's not even the girl child only who needs empowerment. Even women, grown women, all of us, yes. There's an area in our life that we may be lacking something. It's good to always approach somebody whom you think might help you. I said, I've done coaching with Pastor P. Here she is. Yes. If I want to talk about something, I will go to Pastor P. And because that's what she does. And she will speak with me and we'll talk. It's the willingness, the heart too. Pride. Pride is hurting a lot of us. Pride, ego. You have to overcome that barrier before you can head over there to success. Success doesn't come easy. You need to be working consistently, diligently every single day. Yes. So with that, we'll leave it right here. Until next time, we'll be back on June. I believe it will be June the The first Saturday in June will be our next program. So watch out for that. We'll send a flyer out. We may have a guest or we'll just be doing a regular program. I thank you all for coming on today, for your insights, your productive comments. Thank you, Miss Sage. Thank you. Yes. So we'll be back another time. Have a good rest of the weekend. No problem. So, it's a long weekend here. It's Victoria Day long weekend. It's always Victoria Day long weekend. My daughter is turning 27 tomorrow, Ajua, May 19th. It's interesting. All my daughters are born on the 19th. It's a special number. So take care, okay? Love you guys. Bye for now.